VW Golf GTI 2017 MK7 Facelift Review. The first Golf GTI was, in essence, a grown-up Mini Cooper made in Germany. The 110 bhp engine had an easy time bringing to life a 810 kg crackerjack, which made history for its amazing handling, road holding and performance. 4 decades on the very latest top-of-the-line Golf more than doubles that power output, though weight too has also soared by over 70% to 1,386 kg. At 6.4 seconds from 0 to 62 miles per hour, overtaking is as effortless as ever. At 155 miles per hour, the GTI is almost always the fastest car in the fast lane, and at 44 miles per gallon, the GTI doesn't lag far behind the super frugal 184 bhp Golf GTI. The most telling number, however, is the mid-range and gear urge. Put your foot down hard in fifth, and the GTI lunges from 50 to 75 miles per hour. Although the GTD fields an extra 22 pounds-foot of torque, it loses that particular fraternal feud by 1.5 seconds. Unlike the equally cult BMW M3, which has journeyed from 4-cylinder to straight 6 to V8 and back to 6, the engineering fundamentals of the Golf GTI have not changed much over the decades. Instead, the car's focus has wavered from lean MK1 through diluted MK3 automatic and clueless badge-engineered MK4 to back to basics MK5. What's new on the VW Golf GTI 2017? The latest metamorphosis is into GTI in the purest sense of the acronym, a Gran Turismo powered by a feisty fuel-injected and turbocharged engine. Overt sportiness is no longer the prime ambition of this high-visibility Golf with trad plaid upholstery and 80s strip work. Instead, this is now the most refined and effortless hot hatch on the market. The Peugeot 308 GTI is rawer and more chuckable, the Astra has a good deal more power, the ill-mannered Honda Civic Type R appeals to a different audience, and the BMW 125i is underwhelming and overpriced. Twist things however you like, but there still is no better all-rounder than the GTI. On the road in the new Volkswagen hot hatch. I'm driving a red 4-door manual GTI with fat 19-inch wheels and adaptive dampers. Pressing the starter button activates 2 sources of sound. Initially, it's Dynaudio versus CA211, below, but after a fingertip correction, the power plant beats the amplifier. It emits marginally less CO2 through marginally larger diameter tailpipes, humming along happily at idle speed. While the drive mode selector invites you to tweak engine and transmission response, damper setting and steering behavior, it won't let you turn up the exhaust volume. For a loop of wild Spanish sea roads, I lock the shocks in comfort and leave the other elements in sport. Although there is an ESP button, you can only deactivate traction control. So it's a yes to take off wheel spin but a no to lift off oversteer. Ride, handling. Equipped with sports suspension and the so-called progressive power steering, the new VW Golf GTI 2017 comes well prepared for the narrow twisties that lie like serpents up and down Mallorca's steep, mountainous flanks. You never need 6th gear on this kind of terrain, but first is a must where hairpins climb like spiral staircases through the rocks. With the exception of short straights and occasional switchbacks, this is mainly 2nd and 3rd gear stuff. Good to know then that this Golf picks up the torque thread at a subterranean 1,500 revolutions per minute and spans its lofty 258 pounds-foot peak from there all the way to 4,600 revolutions per minute. It does not come as a surprise that the 6-speed manual changes ratios as rapidly as the optional DSG transmission. It's a quick and slick gearbox, precise and well staggered, complemented by a light and progressive clutch. Although redlined at 6,500 revolutions per minute, there is no real need to push the single-turbo 16-valve beyond its broad sweet spot. Waltzing 1-2-3 with the GTI along the southern edge of the Balearic Island, it puts in a controlled, restrained and eerily rapid performance. This is a car that frowns at and refrains from grand gestures. So you turn in with restraint, stay in the taller of the 2 gears you had in mind, Open up the steering early and feed the torque in diligently.